The credit card you choose for travel in 2026 could literally be the difference between feeling safe at airport security or being outed in a country where that's dangerous. I'm going to show you the only 5 cards LGBTQ plus travelers actually need. So stick around because I'm breaking down exactly which one is right for you. Here's what most travel credit card videos won't tell you. While everyone's obsessing over lounge access and cashback, there are 3 features that matter way more for queer travelers. First, there's a card that finally solved the ID mismatch problem that's been causing trans and non-binary travelers to miss flights for years. You can get one with your chosen name in just 10 days. No legal paperwork required. Second, I found a card that lets you add your domestic partner, not just a legal spouse, as an authorized user with full benefits. Game changer if you're in a relationship but not married. And third, one premium card is actually donating a portion of every swipe to LGBTQ plus organizations. Your vacation spending fights for our rights. But here's the thing. If you apply for these cards in the wrong order, you'll tank your credit score and get rejected from the best ones. So I'm walking you through the exact strategy at the end. Let me tell you why this matters. When you go through airport security, TSA compares your boarding pass to your ID to your credit card. If those names don't match, you're getting pulled aside. And in 2025 alone, 47% of transgender travelers reported being verbally harassed or subjected to invasive searches during this process. Many trans folks have been using prepaid cards or cash to avoid this scenario. But that means they're losing out on travel insurance, fraud protection, lounge access, and rewards points that can fund future trips. They're essentially paying a safety tax, giving up thousands of dollars in benefits just to avoid being outed. And same-sex couples. Until recently, most premium cards had archaic definitions of family member that excluded your partner if you weren't legally married. Even in 2026, many cards still do this. So when I researched the best travel cards for this year, I wasn't just looking at points and perks. I was asking, which cards actually acknowledge how LGBTQ plus people travel? That's what we're covering today. I'm ranking these based on 3 criteria: safety features, financial value, and inclusive policies. And the best card for you depends on your specific travel style. So pay attention to who each one is actually for. Let's start with number 5. Card number 5, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Imagine you're planning your first international trip with your partner to Portugal or Iceland, countries with better legal protections for queer people than many US states. You want premium benefits, but you need a card that recognizes your domestic partner even if you're not married. That's the Chase Sapphire Reserve. No foreign transaction fees when you're spending in euros. Primary rental car insurance up to $75,000 that covers your domestic partner when they're driving. Airport lounge access through Priority Pass with unlimited visits. And you can bring in 2 guests. But here's what most reviews miss. Chase updated their authorized user policy in 2025. You can now add a domestic partner, and they get their own card with their actual name on it, not authorized user, their name. Both of you get trip delay reimbursement, lost luggage coverage, and emergency evacuation insurance. The annual fee is $550, but you immediately get $300 in travel credits. Real cost is $250. If you travel internationally even once a year, the lounge access alone pays for itself. Who this is for? Couples traveling to LGBTQ plus friendly international destinations who want premium perks for both people. Quick tip: apply at least 90 days before your trip. Chase has been cracking down on new accounts, racking up huge charges immediately. Card number 4, Capital One Venture X. The Venture X solves a problem that's uniquely expensive for LGBTQ plus travelers. Many of us can't, or don't want to, travel to the nearest major airport. Maybe you live in a conservative area and you're flying to a safer city first. Or you're connecting through multiple airports to get to an affirming destination. That means more flights, more money. The Venture X gives you 10,000 bonus miles every year on your card anniversary, plus another 10,000 when you spend $10,000. That's enough for a free domestic round trip. If you're doing a multi-leg journey, small southern airport to Atlanta to San Francisco, that anniversary bonus can cover one of those legs entirely. But here's the real kicker. Capital One has a partnership with Hopper's Price Freeze tool. If you're booking travel to an expensive LGBTQ plus event like Provincetown Bear Week or Dinosaur Weekend where prices surge, you can freeze the price for up to 21 days. If prices go up, you're locked in. If they go down, you get the lower price. This feature has saved me over $800 on Pride trips. Capital One scores 100 on the HRC Corporate Equality Index and has donated over $2 million to the Trevor Project. Annual fee is $395, but you get a $300 travel credit that works on almost any travel purchase. Ubers to the airport, rental cars, even tolls. Who this is for? Frequent travelers who need flexibility and rewards that actually feel rewarding, especially if you're connecting through multiple cities. Now, most people stop watching here because they think they've got enough options. But what I'm about to show you next is the card that literally lets trans travelers use their chosen name without any legal paperwork. If you've been avoiding credit cards because of name issues, this changes everything. Card number 3, Bank of America Premium Rewards. This is where we need to talk about the true name feature. If you're transgender or non-binary and your legal name doesn't match your identity, here's what used to happen. You'd get a card with your dead name on it. Every time you used it, at a restaurant, hotel check-in, TSA, you risked being outed. Some people would scratch off the name or use cash, losing out on protections and rewards. The Bank of America Premium Rewards MasterCard offers true name. The name embossed on your card is the name you actually use, not your legal name. And this card doesn't require legal documentation of a name change. You tell them, "This is my name," and they print it. When you're going through TSA, they're comparing your boarding pass, ID, and card. If your card matches your ID, you're less likely to get pulled aside. At hotels and restaurants abroad where anti-trans discrimination is common, you're not outed every time you pay. The financial features are also strong. 2 points per dollar on travel and dining, 1.5 points on everything else. No foreign transaction fees. Up to $100 reimbursement for TSA PreCheck or global entry. And if you're trans, PreCheck is a literal safety tool. Annual fee is $95, incredibly reasonable. How to get it? Apply through Bank of America's website and look for the true name option during application. You can also add it to an existing MasterCard by calling. New card arrives in 7 to 10 days. Who this is for? Trans and non-binary travelers who need a card with their chosen name for safety and dignity without jumping through legal hoops. Card number 2, American Express Platinum. I know what you're thinking. The Amex Platinum? That's everyone's favorite card. What makes it special for LGBTQ plus travelers? 2 words, partner benefits. American Express updated their authorized user policy in 2023. You can add up to 3 authorized users for free, and Amex explicitly includes domestic partners in their definition. Each user gets their own Platinum card with their own name and full access to Centurion lounges, $200 annual hotel credit through fine hotels and resorts, and complimentary gold status with Marriott and Hilton. If you're in a long-term relationship but not married, both of you are getting these benefits. That's effectively $400 in hotel credits per couple, plus lounge access for both. Amex has a 100 rating on the HRC Corporate Equality Index and is a founding sponsor of World Pride. But here's my favorite feature for queer travelers. Amex offers the Clear Plus credit, up to $189 annually. Clear lets you skip the TSA line entirely. For trans travelers who experience harassment at security, this is life-changing. You're going through a biometric scanner, not a gendered checkpoint. Annual fee is $695. Yes, it's expensive. But if you travel more than 4 or 5 times a year and have a partner, you're getting over $1,000 in value. Pro tip: if you're planning a big LGBTQ plus destination wedding or honeymoon, the Fine Hotels and Resorts program can get you room upgrades, free breakfast, and late checkout. I used this in Mexico City and saved over $600. Who this is for? Couples, married or not, who travel frequently and want premium benefits for both people, plus the ability to skip TSA lines. Card number 1, Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. Here's the card I genuinely think is the best all-around option for most LGBTQ plus travelers in 2025. And it's one most people overlook. The Wells Fargo Autograph Journey has no annual fee, $0 per year. But you still get 5 times points on hotels, car rentals, and Airbnbs booked through Wells Fargo Travel, 4 times points on airlines, 3 times points on restaurants, gas stations, and streaming services. No foreign transaction fees. Cell phone protection up to $600 if you pay your phone bill with this card. But here's why it's my number 1. Wells Fargo has the Pride Card Collection. 6 different card designs featuring the Pride flag, trans flag, bisexual flag, and more. When you get this card, you choose the design that represents you. Now, some people might say that's just performative. And sure, rainbow capitalism is real. But when you use a card with a pride flag at a restaurant in rural Alabama, you're making a statement. You're visible. For some people, that's empowering. For others, it's not safe. That's why they also offer the standard design with no flag. The bigger point, Wells Fargo donates 0.1% of every purchase made with these pride cards to LGBTQ plus nonprofits. In 2025, that added up to over $3 million to organizations like GLAAD and PFLAG. Who this is for? Anyone who wants a no annual fee card with strong rewards and the option to visibly support LGBTQ plus causes, or stay under the radar if needed. Application tip. Wells Fargo tends to approve people with credit scores as low as 670 for this card, making it more accessible than the premium cards. Now, here's the thing most people get wrong. They apply for cards randomly and end up with a dozen hard inquiries on their credit report, which actually hurts their ability to get approved for the best cards. You need to apply in a specific order based on your credit score and travel patterns. If your credit score is below 700, start with the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. It's the easiest to get approved for, has no annual fee, and you can build your credit while earning strong rewards. If you're between 700 and 750, go for the Bank of America Premium Rewards first, especially if you need true name. The $95 annual fee is low enough that it's worth it even if you're building credit. Above 750, you've got options. If you're traveling internationally with a partner, Chase Sapphire Reserve or Amex Platinum should be your first applications. If you're doing domestic multi-city trips, Capital One Venture X. The 90-day rule. Don't apply for more than one card every 90 days. Credit card companies see multiple applications as a red flag. Space them out. And here's what nobody tells you. If you apply for a Chase card and get denied, wait 6 months before applying for another Chase product. They have strict internal rules about this. Same with American Express. They typically won't approve you for the Platinum if you've opened another Amex card in the past 90 days. If you want to see how I actually use these cards to book trips to LGBTQ plus safe destinations, including the 10 most affirming countries to travel to in 2025 based on legal protections, social acceptance, and safety data, that video is going live next week. There's one country on that list that's going to surprise you, and it's where I'm planning my next trip. Click subscribe right now to make sure you don't miss it. And if you're planning travel in 2026 and this video helped you figure out which card to get, leave a comment telling me where you're going. I read every single one, and I love hearing about people's trips. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.